Hey, I'm Eric Lee with Starfish Coaching. I'm always surprised with how many small business owners come to me without a business plan. Many don't even know what it is until I've explained it to them. So in this video, I'm going to break down the basics of a business plan and show you how to write your own. Having a business plan for your business is like having blueprints for your house before you build it. It will help you plan out what you're trying to build, and in the process will help you vet out possible pitfalls and most of all, test out your business model. Many people are very excited about a new business idea, and most entrepreneurs and visionaries are optimistic in nature, so they don't expect anything negative to happen. That is exactly why you need to slow down and think through your business idea before you launch it. And this is exactly what the business plan process will force you to do. These are the components of a typical business plan. 1. Executive summary. This is more important if you're using your business plan as a pitch to investors for your company when you're raising funds and such. Although this is usually the first section, I like to do this at the end when all the other parts of the business plan has been done because it really serves as a high-level summary of the salient points. 2. Business description. This is an introduction to your business. It's a place to talk about the most important things about you as the entrepreneur, your product or service that you want to launch, and why you're starting the business, including how you feel you can be successful. Include things like your legal structure, your product and or service, purpose and values, progress and status. This would be a place to share your aha moment that inspired you to start your business. People like to hear that. And then finally, your business goals and milestones. The third component of your business plan is your market analysis and target market. In this section, you will want to educate your reader a bit about your industry. Talk about things like the size of your market and your industry, your target market, that's age, gender, occupation, income level, education, family status, psychographics, the trends, it could be economical, social, and lifestyle trends. Are there any cultural, environmental, or government regulations that will affect your industry? And most important, are there any growth potentials in your market or niche? Talk about the buying factors, your price, the quality, the service, the product features, what triggers their buying habits of your target market. Your competition. Knowing your competition before going to your market is very important. The position strategy. Once you understand the competitive landscape of your industry, then you want to figure out your position strategy. Basically, what makes you different from your competitors? What is the unique proposition that you have to offer to your market? A lot of people skip this step, and although you may not use your business plan as a pitch for funding, it's still good to do this. It forces you to see if your target market is viable. For instance, if you had a brilliant plan to rent out DVDs 5 years ago, then if you did the market research, you would have found out that streaming media through a subscription model will be the next trend. This is why knowing the market that you're getting into before you get into it is so important. It's like if you're building a house, you would want to make sure that the soil is good before you start to dig. 4. Marketing and sales strategies. This is an area for your SWOT analysis. This is basically identifying your strengths, your weakness, your opportunity, and your threats. Your unique value proposition, you want to talk about that here. Your pricing strategy, your distribution strategy if it's manufacturing. So you want to plan how you will get your product to the end consumer. It could apply to service also, but it will probably be less complex. You want to talk about your promotion and advertising strategies, your sales process, your marketing channels. So this could be digital ads, SEO, networking, trade shows, editorials, and different campaigns. And then you also want to talk about your management team. This is important for investors to know, and even if there is no investors you're pitching to, it's good to think about that for your eventual management team. Many business owners jump into this without a thought, and eventually when they start to scale, they get caught because they're doing all the management and their work-life balance goes out the window. 6. Operations. Operations defines the process used to deliver the product or service. It includes things like the location of your operations office, your store, the systems that you're going to use. So this could be your payment systems, your inventory tracking, your CRM, your order management. Explain your systems and how it works. Your equipment. Do you need any special equipment to fulfill your production? Talk about it here in this section. Regulatory requirements. Examples of this would be builders because they need a special license, or food safe if you're a restaurant, special equipment license if you're driving an excavation or backhoe. Production. Describe your production flow from successful order to final delivery of your product and service. You can also talk about your payments and your customer and company policies. Component 7 of your business plan is financials. This is the part that a lot of business owners skip over, and yet if this is done, it will help to manage their risk the most. So talk about your startup costs, your overhead costs, your sales forecast, cash flow projections, break even. This is an important number to calculate so that you have at the top of your mind what that is. This could be expressed by the day, the week, or the month. Regardless, you want to know what is your break-even point in order to be profitable. Otherwise, you can just work away and don't even know if you're making money or how much more you have to bring in order to make money for that month. Risk. With every business, there are risks. It's better for you to think about them now so that you can manage them. Exit strategy. Many people don't think about this when they start a business, but it's good to give it some thought. It could be taking on partners, or are you going to go public? Do you want to keep it in the family or pass it on to employees? There's many ways of doing it. Backup plan. It's always good to have a backup plan, a plan B, in case something doesn't work out the way that you've expected. Then what do you do? Now I'd like to give you some tips for when you're doing your business plan. 1, this is a big document and a long process, but that is exactly what is required to think through a business model. My tip here is to not do it all at once, not in one sitting. You will probably need a few rounds to do it, and going back to visit it with fresh eyes will always bring in new insight that you may not have seen before, so I recommend to come back a few times and do it. Tip number 2, some of the financial calculations I talked about may be above your head, so consult your bookkeeper or accountant to help you with it. Tip number 3, bounce this off another person who can play that critic role. Many entrepreneurs are excited about their business idea and will actually shy away from negative criticism because deep down inside, they really want their idea to work out. Of course, who doesn't, right? But would you rather be the ostrich with their head stuck in the sand, or see reality for what it is? This is where someone else giving you feedback will give you perspective on areas that could be your blind spot. So my tip here is to find someone else to give you feedback. The more critical, the better. And of course, be open to what they're saying. Who knows? They may be saving you a lot of money and stress if they can see something that you don't in your business plan. There is definitely a lot of work here, but you can see how going through the process will help you think through your business model before you dump a bunch of money to start up and find out that it doesn't work. I hope this video has brought you value. If it has, please share it to your network and subscribe to support my channel. I'm Eric Lee, and I can turbocharge your success.